A somber occasion. Described as a deep and immeasurable loss for both the National Prosecuting Authority and to her family. Tracey Brown's death comes only after a few months after another prosecutor, Elona Sombulula, was shot and killed in Ngcobo in April. She is the third prosecutor to be killed in the province in less than a year. The security of prosecutors, particularly in the Eastern Cape, has now come under scrutiny.
To change the approach and perhaps look at the assessment of the cases proactively so that we can protect the prosecutors and ensure that we can provide them support where we determine risks. Again, one of the issues that we'd have to look at, and I was having a conversation with some of the colleagues, is perhaps the broadcasting by medias when they do cases in court to try and protect our prosecutors, those who are dealing with difficult cases, so that their faces are not the faces that appear on TV, and therefore the perpetrators start chasing them. These are some of the things we'll have to look at, Advocate Madola, and put in place, so that when we issue guidelines and protect our prosecutors.
Her colleagues have described Brown as a hard-working and diligent prosecutor who never shied away from difficult cases.
The fortunate thing, Honourable Minister, is that I keep on losing my best soldiers. But as the commander of these armed forces of the National Prosecuting Authority, we will not be deterred. We will fight to the bitter end. And in the honor of Tracey Brown, we will intensify the fight against crime.
Be remembered for her passion, her dedication, her hard work, and her love for her job. We have lost a remarkable prosecutor, someone who has definitely done her job without favor, fear, and prejudice. I look around and I see many of the attorneys who appeared as opponents to Tracey Brown in my court. She was a tiny, humble little person, but Tracey Brown had the vigor and the viciousness of someone standing tall, and as correctly pointed out, she could fight the fight even with the most ruthless attorneys.
Her family has described her death as a huge loss.
We're in deep pain, struggling to cope with the brutal death of Tracey, and we feel that as a family, a person of her caliber or character did not deserve to die such a brutal death.
The matter is still under investigation.
Person of interest who has been identified already who is being pursued by police. And the area, Young Park, is not a crime hotspot in Nelson Mandela, let alone Nelson Mandela is a hotspot on its own. And there are issues that police are looking at. The fact that it looks quite clearly that it was a hit because some of the people who were in the vehicle were not targeted, and therefore it's quite clear that she was being targeted as a hit.
Brown is expected to be laid to rest on Saturday. Lerato Fekisi, SABC News, Gqeberha.